Too short.
Let's get at it.
Come on, boys. Let's get at it. Come on.
All set?
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
Hey, what's the idea?
Well, you haven't got anything in there, Arizona. What are you all shooting for?
Yeah,
What are you
for?
That's for to put your stuff in there.
My gun and belt.
Here, have a shot. You lose, Arizona.
My guy's
Let me have 'em. I'll shoot a gun.
Shoot.
I'll be a son of a horned toad.
Hey, Arizona, come here.
Hey, what's the idea, Arizona? Come on, shoot them dice way out there.
Say, haven't you had enough of that yet? This is not getting us any job, you know.
Well, they cleaned me.
Well, I told you that when you started.
If I had something else to put in there, I'd get it all back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How about that hat?
Oh, no. This hat cost $25.
Yeah, I know, but I got away all on my own.
How?
I haven't used these yet.
How come?
Well, I plumb forgot about having them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Suppose you forget this time.
No, I never forget.
Make that
bet he
four.
can't.
Oh,
You'll never make that.
There's that four. That's
Hey,
a
my
good
dice.
number. What are you all shooting, Arizona?
That hat.
Get this
Are you all set? Come on, Arizona, roll them out. All set there, huh?
All right.
Roll them out, Arizona. Just a minute.
Hey, don't forget, that's my hat.
I ain't a-forgetting. I can't lose.
Come on, Arizona. Roll them dice. What's holding you up?
You made the bet. Roll them out.
You better not, you long
Come
lead.
on over here, Arizona.
All right,
Shoot,
here,
you made the bet.
We're all ready now. You got that? Well, what's up against that? Them two guns? How about the watch?
Roll them, Arizona. Come on.
Here we go. Here.
Wait a minute.
What's the matter with him?
So that's your game. Feel these fellers. They're loaded.
Can you imagine a cowhander doing a trick like that?
Why, we ought to take that word and just what I... Feel these dice, fellas. They're loaded. They got a lead mine in them. Look at that.
Wait, I'll get that die.
That's a lead. Look at
Say,
that.
let me see those dice.
Now, look at that.
Why, the...
Lead.
Say, I don't like crooks myself. I'll get that fella.
Well, don't come back without them.
Don't worry, I won't.
Maybe I think you ought to go and get him myself. Don't worry. Steve will bring him back. Well, they better bring him back.
I don't know so
Take
much
no
about
chances.
that.
That's...
Well, what do you got to say?
Well, it's my carelessness, I guess.
Yeah. You and your loaded dice. You know what happens to fellas use them, don't you?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's what's going to happen to you and to me for being with you if we go back there. Here we are, out of a job. Now where are we going?
Well, I've heard Red Dog ain't a bad town.
Yeah, so I've heard.
We must hurry and pass to the whole town of Red Dog with the announcement about Mr. Doolittle.
It's a good thing we're going to have a revival here.
Well, I'll say, Red Dog ain't a fit place to live in, with Bart McTagg and his gang running things. Right.
Well, they're hearing the case now, and when they finish with it, Red Dog won't be bothered by Bart McTagg.
Well, everybody knows that Bart McTagg or one of his gang killed old man Haskins. Oh, how is it?
Oh, say, have they brought in a verdict yet? Is McTagg guilty?
Not yet, but they're still thinking about it.
If we aim on doing anything for Bart, we gotta move quick.
Yeah. Get out and get as many of the boys together as you can, in case they find Bart guilty.
Howdy. Now look, we'll put one right over there. Come, George.
Say, what do you think they're going to do to you?
When are we going to finish it?
Now, let me see. Right there. We must get our announcements up all over town because Mr. Doolittle will be here before night.
I'm getting them up as fast as I can.
And right over there is a good place.
Camp meeting and revival. Honorable Joe Doolittle. She's wrong. Mr. Joe Doolittle ain't gonna arrive in Red Dog if I can help it. I'll see to that myself.
You'd better. The way these folks are feeling around here, when that fellow arrives, they're going to clean up this town in nothing flat.
Well, don't you worry about Doolittle.
Let's go in there and get him and bring him out.
You keep your eyes over there. And get all the boys you can together so we can do something for Bart in case it goes against him.
Pardon me, stranger, but can you tell me if this is the road to Red Dog?
Well, that all depends on who you are.
My name is Doolittle.
Doolittle?
Yes.
Oh.
I am about to hold a camp meeting. I should say revival meeting in Red Dog, and I wish to inquire if this is the road that leads to that beautiful little city where I hope the collections will be good.
Well, the collections won't be good. Because you ain't going to Red Dog.
What?
If your name is Doolittle, you ain't holding no revival meeting in Red Dog.
Why, really, sir?
The town folks don't want you, mister. And it's my business to see that you don't get there. So out of that rig.
I'd be hanged if I do.
You'll be shot if you don't.
Now, really, sir, really, I shall speak to the sheriff. I should inform the marshal of this. Why, this is highway robbery.
Ain't it funny? You just suggested something to me. Give me that coat.
Now, really,
Give me that coat.
This is an outrage.
And the most important thing is the pants.
I protest, really.
Give me them pants. Give me them pants. I'll take that.
Hellfire and brimstone shall be your reward.
Say, isn't it funny? You're always giving me ideas. Speaking of hot places, suppose you head right out there.
Oh, now really, sir.
Get going.
Come on. Come on, boy.
Well, look what I found.
You mean we found?
No, not we. I saw him first, didn't I? And besides, you lost my hat, didn't you?
Well, ain't I with you?
Yeah.
Well, you got a hat you've been hollering about. What do I get out of this?
Here, you get these. They might come in handy in the next game you get into. Not bad, huh?
whoever lost these is as clean as I am. What do they say?
Here, you read it.
You know I can't read.
My dear Mr. Doolittle, we citizens of Red Dog certainly will welcome you with open arms. We need you.
What are you laughing at now? Where do we go now?
Didn't I just read to you that Red Dog needs us? Come on.
Well, I don't believe everything people read.
Well, hi. Did you see that?
A camp meeting and a revival, eh?
Yeah.
Well, this ain't getting Bart out of the mess he's in.
I don't see anybody doing anything to get him out of it. I ain't had a fair trial.
Oh, yes, you have, Bart. The citizens of Red Dog are tired of you and your gang. Your robbers and your murderers. This town is due for a revival. We're cleaning it up, and we're beginning with you. Get going.
We're ready for him.
That must be Mr. Doolittle. Yes, that must be. That must be Mr. Doolittle. Come. He's arrived just in time. Mr. Doolittle! Mr. Doolittle! Welcome, Mr. Doolittle. Red Dog needs you.
So I've heard.
I'm Mrs. Larkin, and this is my husband, Mr. Larkin.
Nice to meet you.
And this is Miss Minnie Swartz. She sings in the choir, or that is, she'd like to sing in the choir. And
Oh, and your daughter?
oh, dear me, no. She's not my daughter. That's just Susan, my niece. Susan, this is Mr. Doolittle.
How do you do?
How do you do, Mr. Doolittle? Is he with you?
Oh, yeah. Yes, that is the deacon.
How do you do?
What do you mean by telling me to get Bart a chance?
Why, what's going on?
We are starting a campaign to make Red Dog safe, to rid it of undesirables.
Oh, yes. Well, what's the man done?
It's not only what he has done, it's what he might do. We are starting the campaign, and you are to finish it, Mr. Doolittle. Mr. Jones, Mr. Doolittle, Mr. Jones.
How do you do, Mr. Jones?
Now that you are here, won't you say a few last words for Bart and give him a good sing?
Well, yes, I'd be glad to.
Just think, Mr. Doolittle, you will be the first to hold a revival in Red Dog, the first to christen all the babies. And come, Mr. Doolittle, and marriages. I already know one couple who are just dying to have you marry them, Mr. Doolittle. He's the marshal of this town, and he's going to marry this Minnie Swartz.
Well, what are we going to do about this?
This is where we take him off that bow.
Well, let's go then.
Come on.
You're going to see the murderer.
Hey, sure.
They meet Mr. Doolittle. This is the marshal of Red Dog.
Hey, Doolittle, I'm very glad to meet you. I suppose you'd like to have a few words with this no-good before we send him to Kingdom Come.
Marshal, I think it might be just as well if I speak to the sinner on the barrel alone.
Well, I see no objections to that, Mr. Doolittle. Now, folks, if you'll just step right back and let Mr. Doolittle speak with us no good. Just move back a little bit there.
Deacon, you better stay here.
Well, you might start this by letting me talk with you on equal ground. Mr. Doolittle, Steve Hartley, and the Deacon, Arizona Joe. I suppose your dice got you boys in trouble again. Well, for once in your life, you arrived in town at a good time. You can do me a good turn.
Well, what are they hanging you for?
Oh, for general principles. They don't like gamblers, and they don't like saloons. And they don't like liars. And they think I had something to do with the sudden departure from this world of old Bill Haskins. Maybe you know him.
No, we didn't know him.
No, well, it don't matter. Right now, you seem to be sitting in public favor. And I'm looking to you to give me a new break.
No, we can't do that.
No? Then I'll yell good and loud and tell them who you two are. Just a couple of no-good cowhands, and they'll string you up along with me.
You don't need to talk so loud. We ain't deep.
No, we got good ears. And besides, I didn't aim to be Doolittle or whatever his name was. They just took me for him, and I let it go at that.
I didn't want him to see us. I only hit him with the butt of my gun.
Put the christening, Marshal. You're next.
Put right there on the table, George. Now, I think everything is ready for the christening. Now, Mr. Doolittle, if you will come right down here and just stand right there, I think we can proceed.
Mrs. Larkin, don't you think it'd be better to postpone the christening until daylight? You know, it's a shame to wake those little babies at night.
Oh, it'll make a better difference, the little dears. Now, Mrs. Smithers, you go get the little Mabel, and she can be the first. Oh, thank you. Now, I think that's it's maybe first. You know,
This is where something's going to happen. I can feel it.
Yes, and so can I.
Hey, you're not supposed to use that water for drinking.
Why not? I don't think there's going to be any christening.
Oh, there ain't, huh?
Oh, thanks now.
What do I say?
Well, say something.
It's a warm day today, isn't it?
She don't care about the weather. She wants her baby christened.
How old is the baby?
Just a year now.
Nice looking boy, isn't it?
Boy? Well, my baby's a girl. This is not my baby. Oh, this baby has measles. What? You should have a baby. Let
Now, wait, boys. I think we better let the women handle this.
What's the matter with you?
Well, that's the end of the christening.
I saw you come out of there, Deacon.
No, ma'am. Not me.
Yes, I did.
No, ma'am. You're mistaken.
No, I'm not.
That's my Johnny. It's not my Jerry. Well, he's got my Johnny's clothes on. Well, that's my baby. That's my baby.
Who in this room did that?
Well, I'd like to know who did that. Mr. Doolittle, I allow while the women are getting the kids straightened out, we might just as well go ahead with the hitching. She ain't much to look at, but boy, how she can cook. Come here, Minnie, dear.
All right, dear.
Susan, you can be the maid of honor.
All right.
Yeah. And Deacon, you can be the best man. Well, Mr. Doolittle, we're all ready.
Are you sure you want to get married, Marshal?
I certainly do.
Wouldn't you like to think it over a couple of days? Remember that old saying? Marry in haste, repent in leisure?
Oh, shucks. We've been keeping company for over 10 years.
Well, have you got a ring?
Yeah.
Nice looking ring.
It ought to be. Cost $30.
Oh, yeah. Wait, that's all right. I'll get it.
Get it.
Right on there. See?
Watch it. I was fixing up the strong box down at the express office for shipment. I heard someone come in. Then something hit me and I passed out. When I came to, the box was empty. Clean.
Did you see anyone?
No, but I thought I recognized McTagg's voice, but I'm not sure.
You heard what happened?
Yeah.
Well, if we had our way, we'd have hung McTagg, and this wouldn't have happened. You said you'd be responsible for him. Well, all right, you are. We'll get McTagg and the rest of his crowd just to be on the safe side. And you better join us.
Oh, it's all right now. Everything's all straightened out. Somebody was just playing a practical joke on the children. They haven't got the measles. They were just painted their faces. We can go ahead with the christening now. Where are all the men?
Oh, they're outside. We got to join them.
Well...
You go in and see what's keeping Doolittle and the other fellow.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Yeah.
Where to? We got to get to town, get to McTagg before they get him.
They ain't there. Well, I'll be. Kind of late for you to be traveling around, huh?
Listen, I saved your neck today, and for doing so, I was made responsible for your actions. Now, what did you do with the money you took out of the express office tonight?
You're talking out of turn, Hartley. Stay out!
What's all of this?
You stay there.
That goes for the rest of you, too.
Get him, Steve! Get him!
Give it to him.
Now, come on, talk.
All right, what do you want?
You know. What become of that money you took out of the express office tonight?
I don't know. I didn't have anything to do with it.
Maybe you didn't, but you know who did. And you're in on it.
Say, what's your game, Hartley? Are you looking for a cut?
You're getting smart, ain't you? How'd you guess?
Well, I thought there was something funny you're coming to town in that outfit. We can work together, eh?
When do we meet?
Here in town in the morning? Oh, don't worry. I'm not crazy enough to take it on the run. That'd be proof I had something to do with it, wouldn't it?
It sure would. All right. I'll meet you, Bart. And you better be here. 'Cause if I have to come looking for you, I won't be using my fist.
Hey, wait a minute. You don't think I'm going to let that cowboy get away with anything, do you?
Why ain't he a...
No. I've known him a long time.
Well, I'll be...
How did you get here?
We didn't walk. This morning you made me responsible for the actions of McTagg. I'll pass that back to you. And I won't be responsible for him if you let him leave town between now and tomorrow morning.
Where is he?
He's in there. I'll be seeing you in the morning.
You take the horses, Arizona.
I do.
Everyone's gone home.
Oh, that's good. So they've all gone home, huh?
Yes, but they're coming back tomorrow night for the christening and the wedding.
Yeah, that'll be nice. Suppose you met someone and you liked him, and then you found out he were someone else. Would you still like him?
You like a person, not what he's supposed to be.
Well, I put the horses to bed.
Yeah. Suppose you try putting yourself there.
Me?
Yes, you.
All right.
You were saying something about liking someone.
Susan? Susan!
Good night.
Night.
Good morning, Miss Susan.
Good morning, Mr. Doolittle.
Good morning, Mr. Doolittle. You're just in time for breakfast. Good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. Larkin.
Let me take your hat.
I'm sorry, but I don't think we'll have time to stay for breakfast.
No. Now sit right down here. I know that you have lots of work to do for that big revival meeting. And then all the babies that you have to christen that you didn't get around to last night. And the marshal just has to be married. Then, of course, you can't do all that work on an empty stomach.
No.
Susan, pour the coffee. Now, help yourself. Here's the cream. If ever a town needed you, Red Dog does, Mr. Doolittle.
Thank you.
Well, what happened to you?
Oh, terrible. Terrible, my friend. I have been holding revival meetings in mining camps and cow camps, and I have never been so mistreated in all my life. I am Joseph Doolittle.
You're Joseph Doolittle?
I am.
Now I can understand a lot of things, and my wife wouldn't believe me. So you're going to hold the revival in Red Dog?
Yes. Oh, if I could but lay my hands on that villain who stole my clothes.
You'll get your clothes, sir, immediately. And I'll prove to my wife once and for all that I do know something. Now, sir, you just take it easy. Rest yourself and sit down. There, that's it. Now, oh, my, it's too bad. You must be very tired, sir. Now, I'll be back.
Have another helping of these victuals, Mr. Doolittle.
Oh, that's fine, thank you.
You blackguards! Imposters, that's what you are.
George, how dare you speak like that to Mr. Doolittle?
You shut your mouth, Bessie Larkin. I know what I'm talking about. And so do they. Now, you come along immediately.
Well, for the land's sakes, it carries on.
Come on, Mr. Doolittle. Now, you just wait till you see him, and then maybe you'll believe me.
Certain?
Well, now, I know what I'm talking about. Yes, sir.
Uh-oh.
And that fellow down there, I tell you, is a swindle. Now, there is Mr. Doolittle.
You know, this is the first time in my life I ever landed in a place where I found someone I like. And now he has to show up.
Well, you'll be all right, sir.
I was riding along in my thing, and all of a sudden the horse, he took my horse.
Hey, pick yourself loose from those hotcakes. The lighter you are, the faster you can travel.
What do you mean? Leave all this?
Certainly.
You're not going for good. You'll be back, won't you?
Well, I don't hardly see how we could stay away. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Come on.
They've gone! The rascals!
And with my pants!
Oh! Oh,
I'm sorry.
never mind. You can wear George's Sunday go-to-meeting suit, can't he, George?
No, he can't. Yes, he can.
Morning, Marshal.
Morning. Express office was robbed last night.
So I heard.
Where was you? You wasn't down at the christening.
I wasn't invited. Down here with the boys, played cards most of the night. Slept in my office. What's the matter, don't you believe me? I tell you, Marshal, I've reformed. Why, I wouldn't go back on Mr. Doolittle.
Oh, Mr. Doolittle.
Good morning, Mr. Doolittle.
Good morning, Marshal.
I wouldn't go back on my word. I said I'd reform. Well, I have. To prove it, I think I know where the stuff is that was taken last night. And if you let Mr. Doolittle here go with me, I'll try and get it for you.
Very generous.
Don't you want to take some of the boys with you, Doolittle?
Oh, I'll just take the deacon. I don't think there's anything to be afraid of. Do you, Deacon?
I don't think there's anything to worry about.
You see?
Oh, I appreciate very much, Mrs. Larkin, your help.
This is your one chance to clear yourself, Bart. How far you got to go for this express money?
Not far. We'll be back in an hour.
Well, if you ain't back by that time, we'll be a-comin' looking for all of you.
I'll get my horse.
All right. Trail 'em. But don't let 'em see you. And come back here the minute you find where their hideout is. Yes, sir.
There's the marshal. Marshal! Marshal! We've been imposed upon. This is Mr. Doolittle.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you, Marshal.
I'll be...
Mrs. Larkin has been telling me about that imposter. No wonder he didn't want to christen those babies and marry you. Just think, Marshal. Suppose he had married you last night.
Well, if you're Doolittle, the fellow who's holding revival meetings around in these cow camps, who's the other fellow?
That's what I want to know.
That's right. Yeah, what's he doing?
Looks deserted.
It is. Are you afraid, Steve?
I ain't never been afraid of you since the first day I ever met you. But I don't trust you. Walk ahead. Taking a chance, Bart. We're not back in town in an hour, they'll be looking for you. And there won't be anyone to square it for you this time.
I'll tell you there won't.
Well, Marshal, what are you going to do about it?
Well, if my deputy ain't here in a few minutes, we'll take up the trail ourselves.
There's your deputy now.
There he is, Marshal, coming in at the end of the street. See him?
He's coming now.
Sure, he is.
Here he comes.
Well, what about it? I never lost sight of them till they went in the cabin below Signal Bluff. And the way those three fellas rode along together, they looked mighty friendly.
The fellow that's supposed to be you is in with Bart McTague and the rest of that gang just as sure as we're here. And the fellow that calls himself Doolittle ought to get the rope just the same as the rest of them. He'll hang. Don't worry. Those who are coming with us, get ready.
All right, boys, get your horses.
This is going to be a red letter day for Red Dog.
Oh, dear, dear, I hope nothing happens to my clothes.
We've met just once too often, cowboy.
Yeah.
It'll be a week before anybody will find you two again.
Why that long?
It'll take that long to dig you out from under the dirt I'm gonna send down on top of this shack.
Oh. Gonna give us a burial at the same time, huh?
Yes.
You never thought that one up alone, Bart.
Get this stuff. Get our horses and take them over on the other side of the bluff. Right.
So he ain't so bad, huh?
Well, you certainly got us into a nice mess with Bart this time.
You make it all right?
Ready, give me a book.
I'm coming. Go ahead.
Hey, if you take a slip here, you're going down a long way. Well, we ain't got far to go now.
Now, hold on to me there. That's plenty steep.
Hey, Bart, how about the powder?
We'll pack it and drop it down to you.
Hey, what are you doing there? Don't you think I'm in misery enough as it is?
Yeah, you're gonna be in a lot more if you don't hurry up, too. Get up from there, will you, and get a piece of this bottle. Hurry up. Come on, Arizona, will you? Now, come on, get up here. Get up and back of me.
Hey, throw down the powder.
I can't travel very fast.
Hey, don't cut my arm off. Cut the rope.
Well, I can't see very good there.
all set? I got enough powder sunk in there to blow this mountain to kingdom come.
Fine.
Now, you fellas go on ahead, and I'll touch this off and make a run for it.
All right, anytime you're ready. Come on.
We gotta hurry before that avalanche starts. Come on, hurry up. I know a way out of here.
So do I, right through that door.
No, don't take a chance. Now, wait a minute. There's a trap around here somewhere. I know this place. Look, right down through here.
How'd you know that was there?
Say, listen, this old shack was built by
We
some
can't go
residents.
in there.
Yes, we can. There's a tunnel leads out through here. Come on, get out of there, quick.
Look!
Gee, that was close, wasn't it?
It sure was.
Say, why did you come here?
To warn you. The marshal met Mr. Doolittle, and they think that you two belong to Bob McTague's gang. They're out looking for you now.
You don't think we belong with Bart, do you?
No, Mr.
Steve Hartley.
And the Deacons?
Just plain Arizona, that's all.
Well, thanks for warning us, but we're not running away yet. Arizona, you see Susan back to town. I'll meet you there. Why, there's Bart.
Yeah, and there's that fellow Doolittle or whatever his name is.
You're right.
what's up?
Oh, the cowboy got away. He's right behind me. You stop him.
All right.
Not your fault you're not seeing a ghost, Bart. You don't need to look so scared.
I'm not scared. I'm just wondering what you're gonna do about it, that's all.
Well, you won't have long to wonder.
Bart, or that fellow called himself Doolittle show up?
Bart just rode in, but I ain't seen nothing of the other fellow.
Where is Bart?
In his office, I guess.
Let me tell you something, Bart. I've gone far enough with you.
Yeah? Well, I am going to spar with you as I'm going to go, see? Bart, in there. Open that door! There he is.
One moment, please. Perhaps you can tell me where the scoundrel is who has my clothes.
Can you tell me, is there a fight going on in there?
I'm afraid there is.
Well, just follow me and I'll show you your clothes.
Oh,
Believe me, Marshal, I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I can't blame you for wearing clothes when you find them.
Through, let me through. Come on, out of the way. Well, there he is.
I know.
but my pants.
You'll have to get them from Arizona.
Not here.
Hey, if you're not
Boys, let's ladies.
Ah, brothers and sisters, it gives me such great pleasure to be with you here in this beautiful little city of Red Dog. I hope during this present revival meeting that we will be enabled to pluck many brands from the burning. You may pass the plate, brother.
I knew that was a coming.
Oh, I can't stand this.
You'll sit here and like it.
I'd just as soon be dead.
Well, it will be this time tomorrow.
You know, I think it'd be, I think I'm gonna like to stay around here.
Uh-huh. Have you ever been married?
Nobody ever asked me.
And now, brothers and sisters, let us rise. If you will turn to page 201, we will let our voices unite in song.